So today we're doing multi-step equations. We were before, but we're going to be distributing through parentheses. So we're going to be adding parentheses into the problem. So that just means that we're adding something to the beginning of the step of this process. There's nothing else really that you have to do that's different, except here we're going to multiply when we see those parentheses. So we're going to multiply through or distribute, the wonderful word distribute, through the parentheses. And then we're going to combine like terms and do all the stuff that we've been doing. All right, so let's go through it again. Bam. All right, so this is the only added feature is the parentheses. So please be aware what we're multiplying includes the sign. So I'm taking the sign and the 4, not anything else. Okay, that stuff over here doesn't really count. Okay, not for this piece. So with multiplying, we're only multiplying what we have to. So don't try to multiply more stuff. So I'm taking that 4 and I'm multiplying it into both things. So anything that wasn't affected, I just bring down. So I multiply 4 times 2x. So this is why we did all that extra stuff before. And then 4 times 3. Now this is just like those equations we had before. I like this color better. Excuse me. So we're going to combine like terms on this side of the equal sign. So the first thing we did was distribute. So get rid of those parentheses. The second thing we want to do is combine. So on this side of the equal sign, we have some like terms. So let's take care of those. Negative 6x plus 8 is 2x. Okay. Now we want to move numbers. So we're solving our two-step equation, so let's move our numbers. Remember, add or subtract first, and then multiply or divide second. So minus 12. So our inverse operation for plus is minus. And now the inverse operation of multiplication, so remember that's 2 times x. I put a little dot there to remind you. And so we divide, or 2 times what is 6. So 2 times 3 is 6. All right, this one looks a little tricky, but if you remember that this is like a negative 1 here, and we're going to take this negative 1 and multiply that through. So the first thing is distribute, so you have to find the number first. In this case, the number was a little hidden. So you just have to be careful that if it's just a sign there that you know it's a 1. So I'll distribute that through. Remember the 8y, nothing happens there. I do negative 1 times 5y. That's negative 5y. And there's negative 2. There we go. Now, second thing, combine. So remember, nothing changes here when you combine. You're just combining on either side of the equal sign. So we're sticking over on our side over here. And we do 8y minus 5y. So that's 3y. Notice no sign changes, nothing happened. The only time we do the inverse operation is when we cross over the equal sign. So then we want to move our variable. So this is move y, but there's only one y, so there's no need to do that. We're done there. And then move the numbers. So it's a lot easier to move the numbers after you move your variable. Just FYI. So we want to get everything away from the y. So I'm going to add 2. So when I add 2, I strategically pick the plus 2 because that makes that 0. I'm adding it to both sides, keeping it balanced, the equation not changing. And then it's 3 times y, so I divide by 3. So 3 divided by 3 is 1, so I'm just left with y on this side, and 18 divided by 3 is 6. Nice. All right, so distribute. Take that negative 2. The sign is included in this, so take the negative 2, multiply it through. Ignore the 5m for now. Negative 2m minus or plus 10. So negative 2 times a negative 5 is 10. Okay, we're on this side of the equal sign, so we just combined. So the third thing we want to do is, oh no, we just distributed. Now I want to combine. So we're combining these two. Remember, they're on the same side, so we don't need to change anything. We're just simplifying it a little. Okay, now move numbers. Move M, but M's already by itself. So we want to move our numbers. So we're going to get rid of the 10 first. And then get rid of the 3. This looks like the same one from the other day. Remember, leave fractions. I do not want decimals. I want fractions. All right. Ooh, this one's got 2 parentheses. So let's do it without me writing those steps down. All right. There's a 1 here. Plus 1. So plus 1 when I distribute that through really does nothing. Okay. Basically, it means the parentheses were not necessary, but it's good to know that. Okay. So I just multiplied both of those by 1, so that doesn't change anything. Be careful here. I want to distribute first. Order of operations is important. I'm going to take the -2 and distribute it through. The 13, nothing happens to the 13 yet. Sorry, I don't know why I did that. 13 minus 2x minus 4. So I distributed that, became that. That became the -4. Now, combine like terms. So on this side of the equal sign, these two are like terms. And on this side of the equal sign, the 13 and the -4 are like terms. Okay, so I combined 13 and -4 and got 9. And then the 2x just got brought down because there was nothing to do with it. Now it's time to cross over the equal sign. So now I want to move my x's first. So I want to move the smaller x. So we have a 5x and a -2x. -2x is smaller. So that's the one I want to move. So we're moving this entire term. So to move the entire term, I just change its sign and add. So it becomes 7x minus 5. Now that the variable is moved, now I move my numbers by adding and subtracting first. And then dividing or multiplying. Right. So now this one, hopefully you realize that that negative has a 1 right next to it. So I'm taking -1 and multiplying it through. That 7x, we're not multiplying. We don't want to get anything with squares right now. So I'm doing 4x times -1, which is -4x, and -1 times -39, which is +39. That's exciting. Okay, don't let the 0 freak you out. I know it sometimes does. It's still just a number. So now I just want to combine. So on this side of the equal sign, these two are like terms. Okay, now I move my numbers first. Remember, I want to get x by itself, and I have a 39 and a 3 near it. So I want to get rid of those. So the first one I want to get rid of is the 39. So since it's added to the x, I want to subtract it to get rid of it. Doing the inverse operation. And then to get rid of the 3 next to the x, it's multiplying. So the inverse operation is dividing. So it's -13. Yay. All right, I guess this is the last one. Okay, just be careful here. Don't do anything with the 8 and the 6. Okay, we have to take this and multiply it through before I can do anything. Parentheses go first in everything. Parentheses trumps everything. So -6 times -6 is -36p, and -6 times whatever. Whatever. I don't know what I just said, but I'm going to just go negative times a positive, negative times a negative is a positive. Okay. So combine like terms on this side of the equal sign. This one and this one are like terms. So 36 plus a -8, I guess would be 28. Move your numbers first. Subtract 28. So, don't have a calculator on me. So this is 252. So divide by negative 36. And P is big number. Okay, just use your handy calculator and you should get negative 7. All right, so give the ones I gave you a try and have a nice day.